Julia Cameron has 3 creative recovery tools. The first is 20 minutes of what she calls morning pages. Now this is free writing, longhand in a journal every morning, first thing in the morning. And what that did for me in 2007 when I started it, was release that internal censor. And we all have that internal censor saying, who do you think you are? You're not good enough. You're not a poet. Those people are the poets. You're not a painter. Those people are the painters. You don't get a degree in this. What's your qualifications? And through being able to exorcise that voice, another voice would rise up in the pages, and this was the more creative voice. This was the, oh, look at what I'm writing here. Look what I remember from yesterday and the way that light hit the water there. And look how I might connect that with what I was feeling at the time. And look how I might connect that with talking about this person. And so it's kind of free writing, and you just give yourself permission to write anything within 20 minutes or so. So Cameron talks about 3 pages of longhand journaling. And it's like taking your mind for a walk and being able to leave behind what is weighing you down and walk forward into something creative. And that process goes hand in hand with 2 other tools. One is the artist date, weekly artist date for an hour, where you take yourself, nobody else, no phone, nothing. You take yourself and you take yourself to an art gallery, you take yourself for a walk on the beach, you take yourself to a $2 shop or a button store, and it's all about inputting inspiration and inputting other people's creative energies or inputting the environment and being aware of it. And so you're filling up your tank, right? And the third tool is a 20-minute walk. Again, not on the phone or not reading or not listening to music, just a 20-minute walk to kind of clear space in the mind. And with those 3 tools, I found my first collection. I found the courage to actually put forward a manuscript to be considered for publication, and that was Fast Talking PI, that was published in 2009. And the only difference between me and an unpublished poet is the process, I believe, that I practiced 2 years before having the courage to submit my work that way. So my routine creative practice is this stuff. It really is. And writing on a laptop won't do. It's the brain to hand connection, the embodied ability to free one's thoughts and put them materially on the page. These pages aren't particularly designed to be reread because this is about not being censored. This isn't about editing, this is about freeing up. My other creative process involves inputting all the time. And so I read a lot, and I read eclectically, and I read creativity on blogs, I read graffiti, I read billboards, I read poetry books. I deliberately put myself in an environment where I have to keep that up because I'm so busy teaching and admin and doing community service. Unless I force myself to do that, it doesn't come naturally. The busyness and the chaos of our lives always pushes out that which is most important, which is the creative energy. That's probably my number 1 tip to people who ask me, how can I be more creative? It's to always have pen and paper on you and to be alert and aware to how you might creatively engage with your environment. So I write down things that people say to me. I write down overheard snippets of conversation that are kind of interesting. I write down quotes all the time. They're kind of like a creative compass for me. And I don't care where I'm going, just drop me in the middle of the bush and let me start walking. And I can move towards discovering what it is that I need to be saying that day.